Oh, ABC, what are you doing releasing a sneak peek the day the episode comes out? And it's the only sneak peek. For shame on ABC. And we're going to talk about that after we watch it. So let's watch it and then discuss it. All right, guys. 1, 2, 3, go.
Come out where I can see you.
Oh, it's Captain Hook. Oh, what a lovely treat. Oh, come closer, closer. You know, it's been so long since I talked to anyone except rats and leeches.
Oh, I didn't come for the conversation.
Of course you didn't, dearie. So, what brings Captain Hook home? Finally ready to seize his revenge? Finally ready to kill me? Or try?
I'm not that man anymore. I finally learned what it meant to live. I'm willing to set aside my revenge to us. To ask you for your help.
Yes, I thought I smelled desperation, my speciality. So tell me, what's the trouble? Is it a plague? A woman? A curse?
My daughter. A witch has locked her in a tower, and I need magic to set her free.
Oh, that's doubly tragic. For you have come to the wrong place. No magic here.
I know this place drains your power.
Yes. Drains me.
But if you help me free my daughter from her prison, I'll finally free you from yours.
Deal?
Yes, deal.
Deal? Oh, I remember I used to love those. There is something. A magic weapon with the power to shatter any prison. But it's terribly difficult to obtain. Terribly difficult.
Just tell me where it is.
It's not a question of where, dearie, but who? This magic is in the hands of another famous captain. And you and I both know pirates don't give up what's theirs without a fight.
All right. So I have a couple thoughts that are negative on the business side of this. In terms of what we saw with the sneak peek, I liked it. Like, it's a fun scene. I love Robert Carlyle. I love Colin O'Donoghue. They're great actors. They're two of the best actors on the show. I enjoy them. I enjoy every scene that they're in together or separately. In fact, one thing I love about season 7 is generally Colin O'Donoghue and Robert Carlyle are in scenes together. But from a business standpoint, releasing this scene today is extremely sloppy and extremely disrespectful to fans. It's essentially, I've made this analogy before, it's like getting a tip if you're a waiter or you work in any industry that involves tips, and the client throws the money at you. And it's like, well, I know I have to give it to you, but, you know, I don't care how I'm going to give it to you, as opposed to being respectful. The way that the show normally used to structure its sneak peeks, at least when it gave 2, I forget when it gave 3, but it used to always just at least give 2, and they release it, you know, on like a Thursday and a Tuesday. It was on a schedule, you know, and as someone who has vested a lot of time into learning this business, this is not good business practice when it comes to marketing. So, you know, they release it on a Friday, the day the episode airs, with about like 7 hours. So like essentially a work day before the episode comes out. And I'm like, that's just so bad because this doesn't get people excited. Now, if you're fans of these two actors, I guess in that sense, you're excited because it's like, oh yay, more scenes of Robert Carlyle and Colin O'Donoghue to watch. But like, I'm watching this and I go, you know, the trailer for Knightfall was more engaging and more fun because this essentially is a longer version of that trailer because that trailer hypes up Captain Ahab having Maui's hook. And now granted, they didn't say Ahab or Maui, but we know that from the trailer, but that's exactly what we got. So, I mean, like, I didn't learn anything new, which is also unfortunate. Like the trailer review, or in my sneak peek review, I really loved the sneak peek for One Little Tear. It was a sneak peek where Lady Tremaine or Victoria Belfray and Weaver were in the prison, and he goes Rapunzel. And a lot of us had assumed she was, in fact, Rapunzel, But for the sneak peek to give that away, that made it that much better. And also that sneak peek didn't come out on a Friday. That sneak peek, I believe, came out at least on the Thursday. ABC's been really bad with its marketing because like the Scandal sneak peeks and the How to Get Away with Murder sneak peeks all come out the day the episode airs. And even though Scandal and Once are ending, you don't release sneak peeks the day the episode airs. You let the episode air that day without anything else to suppress it. And from a company that owns Marvel, that owns Star Wars, that knows how to market this mainstream material, and Once is very mainstream. It's not indie in any sense. It's extremely mainstream. People know who Captain Hook is. People know who Peter Pan is, or Rumpelstiltskin is, that they are connected on this show, as we all know. So they can release the sneak peek, at any time, and people will still watch it, but you can't just release it the day the episode airs. It's like essentially releasing a trailer the day a movie airs. Who's gonna... It's horrible. It's very, very sloppy marketing. What I really did love about the sneak peek itself, though, was all the different shots of Colin O'Donnell. They were really great. I love how his hair is graying, and even his eyebrows are graying. It's very creative, and I'm looking forward to seeing. I don't know how many more flashbacks or hook-centric episodes we're going to be getting later in the season. I doubt many, maybe one more, if that. We only have 9 left, 8 if you exclude this episode. So I don't know how many hook-centric episodes we're going to get, but it'd be kind of cool to see him even age even more, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I like the fact they're aging him up. And the last thing I want to discuss is I love Robert Carlyle. I've said that many times, but I really feel he's in a majorly thankless role here, and it's very unfortunate. Originally when you have Rumpelstiltskin, they probably promoted it to him as, oh, you're going to be a character who's involved in everyone's lives and is essentially going to help screw it all up. That's a great role. He's essentially like the overarching antagonist of seasons 1 through 6. I mean, he was villainous many times, but he was a villain that a lot of people loved. I never loved him, though I did love him in the season 3, mid-season 3 finale. I really loved the character then, but then the whole season 3 thing happened when he killed Zelena, and I was like, no. But he was still fun to watch. Like, I still liked watching the character because I liked the actor so much. And I feel here they're like, oh, you can just pretend to be this Rumple who has no impact on the show at all. And I'm just like, oh, that's just so tacky. And even the character of Weaver, I mean, when he interacts with Regina, it's fun. I liked Gabrielle Anwar quite a bit, and I liked his scenes with her. His scenes with Emma Booth are decent, but he has very few scenes with Emma Booth. I really feel that Rumple and Gothel need to interact. That would be more fun because they're essentially 2 very dark characters. Villains fighting villains is fun. So I just really feel that Robert Carlyle, they were like, all right, Rob, or Bobby, whatever they call him, like, time for you to, do what you do best, but it has really no impact on the show at all because this character you're playing, he's a version 3, 2, well, technically it's a version 2, version 1.5, whatever you want to call it, of the character that everyone loves. But you still have to act the same way. It's just, the show's all over the place with its business side of it, which might reflect the fact that it's getting canceled because they didn't have any executives, Adam Horowitz and Akins technically are executives in the sense of executive producers, but they didn't have like an executive from ABC proper monitoring it. And because there was no one to monitor it, Adam and Eddie went a little too crazy. Anyway, I've ranted way too much about this sneak peek, but from what we saw, it's great. Like, I love the actors. I think the scene makes sense for the episode, but I wish they didn't release this scene. They should have released a scene that was a bit more interesting. A scene with Adelaide Kane would have been fantastic. She actually just liked one of my tweets the other day, or this morning. She liked one of my tweets that I sent her this morning. I was very happy by that. She's great. I'm looking forward to seeing Drizella. I think this episode will be great. I think the trailer, I really like the trailer a lot more than I like the sneak peek, and that is my thoughts on this sneak peek. It's marketing-wise extremely sloppy. What we saw, content-wise, didn't give much away, but it worked. If they had released 2 sneak peeks and they released this one on, say, Thursday, I think that would have been great. So anyway, share your thoughts about the sneak peek in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching with me. Let me know what you think about the business strategy that ABC is not employing, or the one they are employing that is horrible, and any other thoughts you might have. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon. All right, guys. Bye.